Walt Disney always believed that dreams really do come true. Below us is the living monument to that belief, Disneyland, USA. Walt Disney's dream come true. A land of inspiration, where yesterday still lives, and tomorrow is already here. In the early 1950s, there was only the dream. Then came an orange grove, and it all started to take shape.
I felt that there should be something built, some kind of an amusement enterprise built where that the parents and the children could have fun together. So that's how Disneyland started.
But it would be years of planning and building before the orange grove could be transformed into the Magic Kingdom. Rivers had to be carved, castles erected, mountains raised. As the dream grew toward reality, enthusiasm mounted, and work proceeded apace. And finally, on July 17th, 1955, Disneyland opened its gates. Since then, the park has continued to grow. For Walt Disney's inspiration was a blueprint for an ever-expanding world. So, to bring you up to date at Disneyland, let's take a tour, starting at Town Square, gateway to Main Street, just as Walt once described it.
Straight ahead lies the heartline of America, an old-fashioned Main Street. Hometown, USA, combining the color of frontier days with the oncoming excitement of the new 20th century.
In the newest attraction on Main Street, a miracle of 20th century technology and artistry called audio animatronics is combined with words spoken in another century by a man for all the ages. Great moments with Mr. Lincoln.
The world has never had a good definition of the word liberty. The American people just now are much in want of one. We all declare for liberty, but in using the same word, we do not all mean the same thing.
Down the street, a jog to the left, and Hometown, USA becomes Frontierland.
Behind the gates of Frontierland is the inspirational America of the past century. Here is the treasure of our native folklore, the songs, tales, and legends of the big men who built the land.
King of the wild frontier.
The Columbia was commissioned by George Washington in 1787. It was the first American ship to circumnavigate the globe, returning to Boston after 3 years and 41,000 miles. This Columbia has traveled just about as far on the Frontierland River. As the stern-wheeler Mark Twain approaches the bend in the river, the latest addition to Frontierland comes into view. It's New Orleans Square, authentic in every detail. The pearl of the Delta as the frontiersmen knew her. This is the atmosphere that spawned Dixieland jazz, music that's alive and wailin' every day. wasn't all music and magnolias in those days. There were cutthroat pirates to contend with. This audio animatronic attraction takes hardy souls right into the Buccaneers' lair.
But keep a weather eye open, mates, and hold on tight. With both hands, if you please.
Strike your colors, you bloomin' cockroachers! God's thunder, we'll see you to Davy Jones!
Luckily, this is one pirate raid that witnesses will live to tell about.
Speak up, you bilge rat! Where be the treasure? Por favor, no! Pipe him aloft again, matey. By gum, he'll talk. Back now, matey. Clear the bloomin' deck. Gunpowder and gunfire don't mix. Be off before she blows.
Our second realm is called Adventureland, the wonder world of nature's own design. From this point, you'll take an excursion trip to nature's secret world.
As we leave the last outpost of civilization, we always turn and take a last good look at the dock. We may never see it again. Up ahead are the ruins of a centuries-old Cambodian shrine, guarded by those beady-eyed crocodiles. We often see whole herds of playful Indian elephants here to bathe. These sacred bathing rites are seldom seen by civilized man. They're playful little squirts. Uh-oh, he's trying to give us a bath. Big hippos charging broadside. Look out. This area is often inhabited with giraffes, zebras, and packs of hungry lions. I understand there's a lost safari somewhere in this area. Headhunter Country. Now around the bend comes the most dangerous part of our journey, the return to civilization.
And elsewhere in Adventureland, the flowers sing, the birds croon, and everything comes to life in the enchanted tiki room. Adventure leads to fun and fantasy in the land of make-believe. Fantasyland. Dedicated to the young and the young at heart. To all those who believe that when you wish upon a star, your dreams will come true. In Fantasyland, you can fly. You can ride the largest carousel of its kind anywhere. You can meet your old storybook friends. The Matterhorn, monument to alpine splendor, is scaled by climbers every day during the summer months. This means of descent is not recommended for visitors. There's a safer way that is just as much fun. The bobsled ride. Like all other lands, Fantasyland has grown since its inception. Today, it reaches all the way around the Earth, making it a small world indeed. The children of more than 100 lands sing and laugh in this, the most colorful of world tours.
Here we enter the children's world of imagination, fun, and laughter as we start our globe-circling tour in the Scandinavian countries. During our voyage, we'll visit more than 100 lands. Let's see how many we can identify. The wooden-shoed children of Holland. Ooh la la, this could only be Gay Paris. The fabulous Taj Mahal and flying carpets that glide beneath a veiled sun. Children all over the world have one thing in common, a love of laughter.
When the Magic Kingdom first opened, Walt Disney prophesied, Disneyland will never be completed. As long as there is imagination left in the world, it will continue to grow and add new things. Well, there's plenty of imagination left. Discover Tomorrowland, completely redesigned and rebuilt during the 1960s to remain truly a land of the future. The new Tomorrowland is a world on the move. The People Mover is an all-electric transportation system that will influence the traffic of the future. It never stops moving, even while passengers board and disembark. The People Mover travels right through Tomorrowland's buildings. The Carousel of Progress boasts a unique theater. In it, the audience rides while the stage stands still. This audio animatronic show tells the story of progress through electricity.
There's a great
of the Beautiful to Disneyland, a motion picture theater in the round was installed. Here is Circle Vision 360, a presentation in which the audience is completely surrounded by the scenic splendor of America. A nation's stake in the future is perhaps best symbolized by the flight to the moon. Here you can watch an audio animatronic crew preparing for your journey in the Mission Control Center. Inside the rocket ship, you can feel the sensation of blasting off on a journey into space. From outer space to an adventure through inner space. Aboard these Atommobiles, guests ride through a giant microscope, experiencing the sensation of shrinking into the world of atoms and molecules. The Disneyland Alweg monorail system was a first in America. It points the way to rapid transit of the future. The Disneyland Submarine fleet is the world's 8th largest. And another fleet beyond, Autopia. Autopia is the safest of all superhighways. Here, future motorists learn good driving habits and have fun doing it. Embarking from the Tomorrowland station of the Disneyland and Santa Fe Railroad, passengers leave tomorrow behind and journey back 200 million years into the primeval world. And so, having explored the past, the present, and the future, we've been brought up to date at Disneyland. But one part of the park remains to be seen. Disneyland After Dark, with its own special kind of magic. For many, this is the most exciting time of all to visit Disneyland.
Everyone warned us that Disneyland would be a Hollywood spectacular, a spectacular failure. But they were thinking about an amusement park, and we believed in our idea, a family park where parents and children could have fun together.
Well, I guess you could call it daydreaming, but that's the way Disneyland was conceived. A dream that grew into a reality.